This is the intersection of Barrenjoey and Pipwater roads at Mona Vale prior to traffic changes associated with the introduction of the B-Line bus in November 2017. At that time, November 18 to be precise, 9 or 10 angled parking spaces to the right were deleted. But Roads and Maritime Services and the Northern Beaches Council did a lousy job of removing the old road markings and were just as sloppy with the parking signage. As a result, hundreds of people have been booked for parking here over the past year. At $187 a pop, it's been a nice little earner for the Northern Beaches Council. Most days there are 5 or 6 cars illegally parked here, except that they believe they're legally parked. It's a shambles, but it seems the council's in no hurry to fix it, perhaps because it's so lucrative.
Morning, I'm a Manly cab driver. Currently at this time I'm sitting on Mona Vale taxi rank, which is in Pipwater Road at Mona Vale, and we have a problem here where at the moment there are probably 5 parked cars on our rank which are private vehicles, and the reason they're possibly parked there is because of the poor signage that we have here. People pull up, they see still lines, diagonal lines on the roadway. The signage is in some places you just can't see it, and therefore people just figure that they're quite legally entitled to park here.
This car is illegally parked. That car's illegally parked. That car is illegally parked. And this car is illegally parked. But for all these people who are illegally parked, when they look up to the sign, this is what they see. It's a sign turned away from them. How are they supposed to know that this is not a legal parking area?
See from the sign, up here.
They moved it, it's worse before. No one could see it before it went straight out.
You explain your point of view, I'm on your side.
No, the sign's just there. So that's the start of the taxi zone area, pointing that way, up until the last sign.
They're always like this.
Up until the last sign before the corner. So this is all restricted parking space just for the taxis.
Can I ask one question?
Sure you can, sir.
I'm here. I thought I was legal because I'm just inside, but the guy said this has been washed out, this line. So what does that mean?
It starts from that spot. So this spot here is okay.
That's it, okay.
This is on the tube area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. How's he supposed to know that's a legal spot if the line's been attempted to be blacked out?
Because the lines that don't represent, don't specify what's legal, what's illegal.
Okay.
The signs do.
I went to court and I was booked by you, presumably, in this
See
spot.
what's happening here right now?
Yeah.
You see, you can
but
film
see
that
the
if you
line.
like.
Look at the lines.
But look at that.
Yeah, look at the lines.
That taxi has the right to park in here.
I know that, but the person has been enticed there by the lines, which are highly visible.
But the lines...
The lines are what the lines tell the story. The lines have been blacked out.
The lines don't tell the story. The signs tell the story, sir.
Where's the sign if you're standing here? If you're standing here...
Right here. Right
yeah.
Right there. One. And here there's another one.
Yeah.
And here there's another one.
But how do you know that one says
Yeah.
Okay, but there's the white line, mate.
You can see the arrows pointing both ways.
Well,
it's very simple.
Yeah, you're right, mate.
You get him, take him to a car.
Yeah, well, that is a real job, mate. Maybe you should get one too.
He's got a job.
But listen.
Yeah, me too. This is also a job.
Okay.
I'm not. They're talking to me, and I'm here with them.
The lines are highly visible, mate. Look, aren't they? I mean, you've got to agree the lines are visible.
Why don't you ask the taxi drivers what they think about this?
I have. I've been talking to them.
I don't want to see people fined. I just want to see the markings on the road indicating that this is a taxi zone. I want to see other signage off the road so that people can plainly see it, and then we won't have any problem.
I'm just trying to get the other point of view from you.
Yes, I'm explaining to you that the signs are the ones that regulate.
I know, but I'm explaining to you from an ordinary punter's point of view that sign does not do the trick. It points that way, but the intimation is because you can see a white line here, that only extends to that white line. So the intimation is that those 5 parking spots are all legal spots.
No, they're not, because that sign...
I know they're not, but the court agreed with me.
Yeah.
You lost.
Okay, well, that's very good for you.
No,
It's good for you,
it's
but-
very bad for everybody who's getting booked here. Now you should go back to
If
your
people read the signs
you should
properly-
go back to the Northern Beaches Council
Yes,
and you should tell them about this discussion and tell
they
them
know about
that
it.
the film
They are
will...
aware about it.
They know about it.
And taxi drivers often call the council and complain that they can't park their vehicles in here because plain vehicles are taking their spots.
And do they know about these lines being visible?
I would have to believe so.
There you go.
Yeah, but the lines have never been the deciding factor.
The lines are part of the equation.
No,
But
the
look,
lines
mate,
don't
look-
tell you
but
if you can park for 1
listen.
hour or 2 or...
Let's say I see this line here and I see a line on the other side, and you've got to agree the lines are there. And I park there and I get out of my car and I look for the sign. I see that sign and it says to me that I can't park any further than there. And I look for that sign and it's turned away from me.
A
How
lot of
can-
people have
you
been
know?
booked here.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, I know that.
There's a lot of people losing a lot of
There's,
money here. It's
I
a
know
serious
that, but-
matter. There's
Yeah.
thousands upon thousands of dollars involved here.
Yeah, but it's not about the money.
Are you kidding me? It's not about the money. Of course it's about the money.
It's not about the money. Not to me.
not for
You're
you.
just doing your job, I know, but
To me, it's just about enforcing the rules.
The ranger's just doing his job, and he's been decent enough throughout this rather animated discussion. He's also copped some abuse from passers-by, and he took it in a good-natured way. More credit to him. And he is, as he said, merely enforcing the rules. But rules cut two ways. They have to be sensible and understandable, which they're not in this case. And if they're rigidly enforced, then they're being applied autocratically. The same day I copped my fine, a friend told me that he knew of someone who'd just coughed up for the same offence at the same place. And today, while preparing this video, I've had a call from someone who was booked on the day the video was shot, and she's furious. That's the trouble with autocrats. They act like little tin gods. In my case, a well-reasoned argument with supportive evidence and photographs cut no ice with New South Wales Revenue, who questioned my honesty regarding the photographs, writing that we have no way of determining if they reflect the situation at the time of the offence. Well, New South Wales Revenue, if you put your brain into gear, you'd realise that the Northern Beaches Council's range of photographs downloaded from your website clearly show the supposedly non-existent angle parking lines. Similarly, the cleverly composed photo with the sign clearly shows the same sign to be angled away from the view of anyone not actually within the legal parking area. So if you can see the white lines and you can't see the sign, how are we to know? So I had to go to court. I defended myself and the charge was dismissed. Here is the evidence I used. 1. My own photographs, the ones they didn't believe. 2. The prosecution's photographs from the Northern Beaches Council. 3. The Roads and Maritime Services' own guidelines for delineation, maintenance of pavement markings, pavement being the road surface. Section 14.6 specifies that unwanted markings should be removed and not blacked out. Blacking out is suitable only as a temporary measure and, as indicated in specification R145, should be removed within 48 hours of application. It has been almost 350 days since this was applied. 48 hours indeed. 4. RMS specification R145 is for pavement marking. Clause 6, paragraph 2 deals with pavement marking removal. Redundant markings must be completely removed. And 4. Guidance provided by the delineation to road users must be clear and not misleading. So if you've been fined for parking in this location since late November 2017, you might consider appealing for a refund. Should you want to use some of this information, I'll put document links in the video description. There's no guarantee, of course, and I'm not giving you legal advice. This video is made in good faith, without prejudice.